Hello, HT&C family. It's me, Amy. I am actually coming from you from my new home office, so hopefully you'll enjoy the background. I wanted to take a minute and talk to you today about grief and loss during the holiday season, and how do we honor those we miss, and how do we help ourselves feel more connected to those that we're missing and to those that we love. Now, understand that grief and loss can mean a couple of different things, though they just simply look different. Oftentimes, when we're talking about grief and loss, the first thing that comes to mind is the death of a loved one. And this can be a pregnancy, this can be infant loss, this can be a parent, this can be a partner. And those are often the ways that people think about grief and loss. But grief and loss can also mean those who are struggling because they have really unhealthy or strenuous relationships in their family. And sometimes, that strenuous or unhealthy relationship, particularly if it's with a partner or husband and wife, is that can also mean separation or divorce. So there's lots of ways that people can experience grief and loss. It's just not one. They both actually bring out very similar experiences, but they just look a little bit different. So let's talk a little bit how we can support ourselves, whether we're dealing with that strenuous or unhealthy family relationship, or maybe we're struggling with the grief and loss of our pregnancy, of our infant, or parent or partner. So one way that you can support yourselves and honor those that you love is to light a specific candle and think loving thoughts or prayers, whatever feels natural to you when you light that candle. Now you can light that candle once a day for the entire, whatever you perceive to be the entire holiday season. You can make a point of lighting it every Sunday evening, maybe even in the morning when it's quiet. Whatever feels right to you. We just want to find a way to honor them. Sometimes what we can also do, which is one of my personal favorites, is to get and find a really comfortable piece of clothing and wear it. Whatever I choose to wear, you can pretty much bet it's gonna be something that's warm and snuggly and something that just makes me kind of want to curl up and feel safe and secure, and it's super soft. So don't be afraid to find that comfortable piece of clothing that helps you feel relaxed and safe, because again, when we're missing and grieving a loved one or a loss of relationship, it causes tension and it causes stress. So let's start taking care of ourselves by finding that favorite piece of clothing, or that piece of clothing that just feels really good for us to wear. The other thing that we can start doing is you can also place a picture of your loved one in what I would call like the center of your home, and that can be wherever you spend the most time. Maybe it's your kitchen, maybe it's your living room, maybe it's an office, maybe it's your bedroom. But don't be afraid to go and get a special picture of them and put it in the center of your home. That can be a really nice way to honor them. The other thing that I know a lot of people do is they'll take a picture and they'll make it their screenshot or their wallpaper on their phone. And that's another nice way for you to kind of just remember them and to honor them. I can certainly tell you that when I am struggling with missing my mom, that I inherited a necklace and a ring from her. And so when I'm struggling and I'm feeling a little bit disconnected from her and I'm just missing her, I'll wear her necklace and I'll put on her ring. And it just helps me feel a little bit closer to her. So those are another option if you happen to have some items like that. Another thing that you can do is setting a place for your loved one at the table, or keeping out a special glass or cup for them. And you can absolutely do those things, and that ties right back into what would it be like to place a name tag or a nameplate at the center of the table for them. When we place a table setting or a cup or glass or a name tag, one of the nice things that can happen is that it allows other people in your life to know that you're thinking about them, and it also offers the opportunity for people who are supportive and caring for you and care about you to ask questions. And while that And while talking about them and reminiscing about the good times can absolutely be a little painful, it can also be very healing. So allowing yourself the opportunity to not only be supportive by loved ones and people who care about you to ask questions about the person that you're missing, it also allows you the opportunity to reminisce and share some really good and happy, joyful memories of them. If you are really into flowers, don't be afraid to go and buy your favorite flowers once a week for the holiday season, or even once during the holiday season. I can tell you again, for me, my mom's favorite flower they were yellow roses. So oftentimes when I'm missing her, I'm feeling disconnected, I'll just go out and I'll buy a dozen yellow roses because they brighten up the room. Yellow is just a really fun, vibrant color, and it also is a signal, particularly so to my husband, that I'm missing her, and that oftentimes when he sees those, he'll ask how I'm feeling, and he'll also be a little bit more patient and kind, and a little bit more gentle than he normally is because he knows that I'm struggling. And the other thing that I would encourage you to do is to indulge yourself a little bit. And indulgence can feel whatever feels indulgent to you. So it could be going and getting that massage at that fancy spa place, or maybe it's taking a long bubble bath with your favorite music, or reading your favorite book all day long, in bed in your comfy pajamas. And maybe it's getting your favorite meal and then just binging on your favorite funny show on Netflix all day. Whatever feels good to you is what I'm going to encourage you to do, because when we're struggling with our sadness and stress and hurt and pain during the holiday season, and we're getting all of this feedback from our society about, that holiday season is all about kids and family. And when we're missing those pieces in our life, it can feel very isolating, and it can allow us and leave us feeling isolated and alone. And so that is when self-care becomes even more important. So don't be afraid to take care of yourself in whatever format that looks like for you. And if you're needing a little bit more help, you're interested in some books, you want to get some tips, because you're struggling with pregnancy and infant loss, or you're struggling with a loss or separation and divorce, don't be afraid to head over and grab our tip sheet to get some more information and identify some ways to get some more support for yourself, because you are deserving of it. You do matter, and you are important. So be sure to take care of yourself and be kind to yourself, and make sure that you do loving and kind things to help yourself through this holiday season if you find that you're struggling. Take care and be well. Bye.